What is up, everybody? I am Jeff, and on the phone with me is the oh so awesome Bethany. Bethany, say hi.
Hi guys.
And of course, you already know the deal. This is the Horror Fiend, and we are going to automatically jump into the shit because that's what we do here. First thing we're going to talk about, and it is another sad bit of news, especially with all the shit that has been going on in the world over the past God knows how long, months now. Um, I have the unfortunate task to let you all know, if you don't know already, that Stuart Gordon has passed away. This guy, if you guys have seen Reanimator, he's the reason that movie exists. He did a movie called Dolls and like all kinds of stuff. Like the guy is awesome.
Castle Freak.
Castle Freak, yeah, he's influential. He's very influential in this particular genre, and he passed away, and it sucks. And I hope that he rests well. And as always, we are going to do a moment of silence for him. So I'm going to shut up real quick, and we're going to give him a moment of silence. Okay, now getting away from that right now, which it does suck, it really does. The next bit of information we are going to talk about, and this is going to be like a bunch of information. It's clumping up. Like me and Bethany were just talking about it before we started recording, and so do you want me to start with this, Beth, or do you want to start with this?
Yeah, well, I'll start. It's cool.
Okay.
So, again, Texas Frightmare. If you guys are tired of hearing about it, too bad. They, instead of canceling their convention, because it's supposed to be the beginning of May, and with everything that's going on, obviously it just wasn't going to pan out that way. They landed up postponing the convention instead of canceling, and the new dates are going to be September 11th through the 13th.
Yeah, hell yeah. And I know we were talking about this too, and like you guys, like I said, you're gonna hear a lot about certain brands on this channel because that's how much we respect them, and if I could endorse them, I would 100%. I'm talking like Frightmare, obviously. We watched the movie Terror Threads, all kinds of stuff like that. And with Frightmare, when we were talking about it, I was hoping, I even said, I was like, I don't want them to cancel. Postpone, definitely postpone it. It gives a lot of us more chance to save money and enjoy the show more. Damn, that was hard to say for some reason. But
so the thing that was really great, and this is what I believe sets apart this convention from others, is that they took care of everything for us. Our tickets are automatically transferred to those new dates. The hotels that we booked, whether it was a host hotel or some of their other hotels, they're going to just automatically transfer those to the new dates for us as well.
Yep.
And the photo ops are going to be automatically transferred if we previously bought photo ops. So they took care of everything for us that we don't even have to worry about it.
Exactly.
Just kind of double check that it went through and that's it. But we don't have to do anything. They took care of everything for us. And I really appreciated that.
And I completely agree with you. Sorry, I got distracted. There was a squirrel on the tree outside. But no, I completely agree with you. I think that, and this is what I say, like, this is when I keep saying it, like, Lloyd cares about not just his company, not his brand, but he cares about the people. And I absolutely love that. Like, this is why I love this guy. This is why I've been going. Like, I wish I was going, like, 15 years ago, when this started, because I believe this is the 15th anniversary of it. And, like, I wish that I was going back then. I wish I knew about this back then, because I've probably been going this whole time instead of only the past 2. Now it's going to be 3 years. And, well, he's just a great guy, Anybody who watches this, if you're with Frightmare, if you're with the fan page, or if you're on the main page, you see how much he cares. But you also see he's a blunt man. Like, he's getting tired of people, like, asking questions that he's already answered, and understandably so. So now this has done everything. This literally took care of everything that everybody was asking questions about, and we are super excited about it. I know I am. I'm pretty sure Beth is.
Oh, most definitely. And there are a lot of guests that have already confirmed that were previously announced, and so we're really excited about that. And we're
Yep.
just kind of keeping an eye on some of the guests that haven't confirmed yet to see if they're still going to join.
Exactly. And two of the bigger names of guests who have yet to confirm for the new dates is Skeet and Alice Cooper. They both have yet to confirm. So if you guys are going mainly for those two, you might want to hold off a little bit. I have a feeling they will confirm. It's just, it's so far out. They got to make sure they don't have anything going. So keep your eyes out on that. Obviously, we'll keep you guys updated. So once we get more information, I will be putting it on here. She will be putting it on here, so you guys don't got to sweat that. Speaking of new information, especially involving Frightmare, so for the first time ever, from what I've understand when I read the post, I'm stupid excited for this. So Kane Hodder is one of the ones who has reconfirmed. He will be there in September, which all of us Jason fans were all excited about it. Kane Hodder is going to be there. And he was going to do a photo op originally. That was going to be him in the Jason Takes Manhattan outfit. But because of everything that's going on, and because Lloyd's busting his ass, and because Lloyd and Kane and everybody else just wants this show to be as badass as it can because of all the crap that's been going on, there was going to be an Uber Jason from Jason X. It is going to be a photo op. I believe they said it was going to be on, it's Friday or Saturday. I can't remember which one, because he's actually going to do both. He's going to do Jason Takes Manhattan, then he's going to do Uber Jason, and then I believe on Sunday he's just going to be regular old Kane. So whoever wants a photo op with Kane Hodder, and you want a badass photo op that's going to be like one of those memories that you're going to cherish forever, now not only do you have Jason Takes Manhattan, but now you also got Uber Jason, which is fucking awesome. Like, as ridiculous and fun as Jason X was, like, Uber Jason was actually a badass looking concept, and I'm personally stoked for that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty exciting. So it's definitely one to add to the list.
Oh yeah, he's added on the list. And continuing with announcements, the same day that Frightmare announced the date changes and everything else, later on in the day, they actually went and actually I don't think it was when they did the date changes. I think it's when they just said it was going to be postponed. But later on in the day, they actually gave us another guest announcement just out of the blue. They're just like, here you go, boom. And it's a big one. Like, this is pretty big. Like, I'm excited for this. Once I say the name, you guys will understand why.
It was like highly requested, and it's funny too because this guest wouldn't have been able to make it to the May showing.
Exactly. So the fact that this September might have been a blessing, because now, guys, girls, boys and ghouls, peeps and freaks, children of all ages, Bill Mosley is going to be at Frightmare 2020. He is going to be here.
Buddy.
And we're all excited for that. Like, everybody, we all know what he's from. A lot of the, I don't want to say the younger generation, but pretty much the younger generation, y'all know him as Otis from House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects and Three from Hell. He's a part of another specific gathering of people and movie that is going to be at Frightmare. So, and I know Bethany's been wanting this whole thing to happen for so long. So Beth, take it away. Go ahead and let them know.
Oh my gosh, I am so excited. So this is actually one of the people I haven't been able to meet yet. I haven't been able to meet Bill Mosley. I'm so super excited. And they just added him to the Night of the Living Dead photo op.
Hell yeah.
And
The
so I'm
90s
really
one.
excited about that. And then, and he also came out in Repo. I don't know if a lot of people know that or had recognized him. I don't know how, but he was in that. So it's just, everybody is super excited. They're losing their shit. I know I did.
Oh, yeah.
Wanted to cry because he has been one of the big people on my list for a very long time, and it just never panned out to get to meet him. So when they announced that, I was like, everything almost felt right again.
Right? It's like, holy hell, man. Like, what a way. And again, this is what I mean. Lloyd cares about the people that go to his show, and this is a big example. Like, this is a big name. I'm excited, not only for the 90s Night of the Living Dead reunion and all that, because we also have Tony Todd there, Savini is going to be there, everybody pretty much is going to be there, which is awesome as hell. But I love Otis, I won't lie, I love House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects and all that shit. So Like Texas Chainsaw, right? Like
Chop Top.
Chop Top is awesome as hell, man. And so, like, I'm excited to meet him because it's like I might actually get 2 autographs. I might get an autograph of him as Chop Top and then get another one of him as Otis because, like, this is just too damn cool. Like, I'm super excited about it. A lot of us are. It's just like, wow, it's crazy. It's definitely...
It's exciting. I can't wait. Like, I'm gonna be like a kid again. It's
right.
like,
I might walk
so
up to him and
excited.
just scream, "Dr. Satan!" But yeah, man, like that's really cool. Again, guys, we don't get anything from mentioning Frightmare. This is how much we love the show. This is how much we respect Lloyd and his crew. We don't get anything from it. We're not getting any free swag or any shit like that. So don't think that the reason why we talk about it so much is because of that, because it's really not. It's literally just, I want everybody to go to this show. I think everybody would have a fun ass time between, if drinking's your thing, there's so much drinking and there's food and cigars and just everybody enjoying each other and the craziest fucking cosplays you'll ever see there. And, you meet a lot of these horror legends that you just see, they're this fucking awesome. And I know they're that, like, at other shows too. But Frightmare, like, legitimately feels like a family. And that's why we are extremely excited for this. And if you haven't gotten your tickets, I am going to plug them right now, like I always will. If you haven't gotten your tickets, you guys just look up Texas Frightmare Weekend on Google. Buy tickets. 3-day passes are fairly cheap. They might still have premiums left because some people were selling them because they couldn't make it in the later shows.
I think those are actually gone now.
I believe it, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. But check it out, man. It's definitely well worth it. And if you guys are out there, you're going to see me and you're going to see Beth. So we can chat. We can hang out. I'm going to be throwing out, like, random free merchandise to people, man. Like, it's one of the plans that I've been keeping kind of hush-hush. But, like, one of the things that I plan on doing out there is, like, I'm going to have more than likely shirts or something made. And I'm going to, like, literally just pass them out to people free of charge. Just a little way of me giving back for the 67 subscribers right now. We went up a subscriber, so we're at 67 right now, and we're not even 2 months in yet. We're almost there. We're almost to the 2-month part. So and I understand why it's been a little slow right now, especially with all the shit going on. People are worried about a lot of other things. So
oh yeah, it has been challenging for everyone. So it's been very interesting times.
It really has. And we just obviously we want to say thank you, just because we've had our second, I don't want to say our second video because it wasn't the second video, but we've had a second video hit over 100 views, which is really fucking cool. Like, for me, like, I'm still blown away by it. I'm like, damn, people are actually watching it. like, this isn't the greatest thing yet. Now that we have so much more time till Frightmare, I can actually start getting the equipment and shit, which I'm excited about. So this shit's gonna have nuts in it, because it's gonna get crazy. The background, everything, it's gonna start changing. But, okay, getting back on topic though, this is real quick, guys. Everybody by now has either been affected by COVID-19 or know somebody who's been affected by COVID-19, or you at least know what the hell is going on in the world right now. America, we're number 1 as far as, cases, confirmed cases. So.
Oh yeah, we reached that top here right away.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy right now, and because of that, as all of you know, movie theaters are closed. Movie theaters, there's no movie theaters right now. We can't go and watch movies because of the rules that are in place for COVID-19. So
that has been, every time it's mentioned, I can hear you singing it, and it gets stuck in my head.
Excellent.
Mission accomplished.
Yes. So because of all that, obviously, movies, we're unable to go watch movies, and a lot of companies right now, Disney and all them, they are doing the VOD, video on demand, or putting them on Disney Plus, or some are going to Netflix, etc., etc. And one of the ones that got affected by this, that affects us, the horror community, is Spiral. Spiral was supposed to come out in May, and because of everything that's going on right now, it has been postponed. I don't know if they're going to do a video on demand for it. I don't know if they're just going to wait until this blows over. Excuse me. But yeah, Spiral is postponed. It's delayed. Like, it's already done and ready to be made, but since no theaters are going, what's the point? I would be okay with them doing video on demand for it, just because I'll buy it. It's a Saw movie and I own all of them, so I'll buy it. But
yeah, we want, we'd be willing to check it out still, but
yeah, exactly.
I could definitely see why they would, if this is what they decide, if they would want to wait until you can go to the actual physical theater and watch it.
Plus, with certain horror movies, it's just like, not just horror movies either, just with movies in general, it's really nice to like have people with you and just enjoy something like that. And we're gonna hit more on this topic in a little bit. But moving on real quick, transitioning from one thing to the next, Castlevania, the show that the majority of us love on Netflix, just got renewed for a 4th season. Are you caught up on Castlevania yet, B?
No, not yet. I signed up for that Shudder, and I've been watching all of those.
Hey, it's okay. Shudder is amazing. You guys, if you don't remember from last week's video, Shudder is doing a free 30 days. All you gotta do is put in the code SHUTIN, and you get 30 days free of Shudder. So obviously that's pretty damn awesome. I watch Shudder all the time, it seems, between that and Netflix. I'm just like, Jesus, I've watched too much TV and movies. But
well, I got kids, so I have to
have no choice.
Wait until they're asleep before I get to watch what I want to watch. But yeah, I hit Creepshow. I hit
nice.
Eli Roth's History of Horror.
That was an amazing show.
So we've been going through that. I watched a couple of movies I never heard of before, and they were pretty fun. So yeah, we've been kind of hitting that lately. So
Ginger Snaps is on there, and I love it. But good. Oh,
hello, you still there?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say something. That's why I shut up.
Oh no! I thought the phone cut out.
No. So yeah, so there's that. Castlevania coming back for a. Damn it! It's that COVID-19. It's coming back for that 4th season, which is pretty cool. Okay, now it's time for the big news, which it always seems to revolve around this one individual. He's doing this on purpose.
Because he's so amazing.
He's doing it on purpose. Now, last time I let you take it away. This time I'm gonna take it away. Because I know this is gonna be a discussion. So, I first learned about this from my buddies Mike and Jay over at We Watched the Movie. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. I said go check them out. Goddamn. Go check them out. Again, so We Watched the Movie. Great guys. They're literally, I've said it before, they're the reason why I do this shit. They're the reason why I even thought about doing this. So I first heard about it from them, and so I wanted to, obviously I'm going to give them credit for it because that's how I heard about it. But apparently Robert Englund had his own version of what Nightmare on Elm Street 3 should have been, his own script, and it was called Freddy's Funhouse, which that kind of sounds fun, I won't lie. And but we're gonna discuss that real quick. We're just gonna hit on the topic. So I'm gonna let Beth, because I know she's chomping at the bits. She wants to talk about her man Robert. So take it away, Bethany.
All right, so this one's really, really fun. There wasn't too much details on the Freddy side of it, but there was, the story was basically supposed to be following Tina's older sister. And so she would come back, and then she would be trying to find out what happened to Tina. What really happened? Why did she die? Who was the killer? And so basically Tina's older sister would be a detective trying to figure out the case.
Yeah, pulling and like doing it back in the if it would have happened around that time when Nightmare 3 came out, I thought that could have been a great idea. Like, obviously we all love Nightmare 3. Dream Warriors is one of the best, just underneath the obvious original film as far as like what we consider the best Nightmare movie. And but I do dig that concept, and like Robert England's smart as hell. You know, the man, he knows how to write, and so like when I heard about that, when I was watching, we watched the movie's video about it. I was like, damn. Like, so not only did John Saxon have his own version of Nightmare 3, and obviously Wes Craven had his version of Nightmare 3, but now, you know, Robert Englund, Freddy himself, you know, he's like, well, here's my version of it, bitch. And his version of it, I dig the concept. I like the fact that, you know, Tina's sister, it wants to know what happened to her sister. She wants to know what happened to Tina. And so she's pretty much going all Carmen Sandiego and shit on her, and, you know, trying to investigate it and trying to find out, you know, this pattern of why this is happening. And just, that's a cool concept. Like, you know, in Dream Warriors, they brought back Nancy, which obviously, you know, we all love that. But if they would have actually, like, went with this, like, I could see this as kind of like its own standalone film. So, like, how Halloween, and yes, I'm referencing Halloween again, with how Halloween has all of the movies, and then now it's just like Halloween and 18. So what if it was like that? What if it's like we have all these Nightmare movies, and then like in a little alternate type thing, it's like Nightmare 1, and then like that version of it. That sounds actually pretty fucking cool.
And they would actually, you know, because I read a few articles on it where you're saying, you know, some of the ways they try to figure it out and won't work because of all the technology we have now and so on and so forth. But honestly, yeah. I think there's only be a little bit of extra tweaks it would need to where it would fit now in our modern times. So I don't think it would be very much of a stretch to follow through with that, and it would be very fascinating to see. I don't know if a lot of you know, I think you should if you ever, you know, were as old as we are and had VHSs and so on. But there was actually a deleted scene of the original Nightmare on Elm Street that they had took off where all of the kids actually did have siblings. So in the original, you see them as, you know, they're only children. And, you know, the scene where she's in the boiler, or she's in the, pulling the knives out of the furnace, and she's explaining the backstory to Nancy. One of the parts on there was where she was actually saying that she wasn't always an only child. So the reason that all of these parents came together, you know, Nancy's mom, Tina's parents, Glenn and Rod, is that they all had siblings that Freddy killed.
And that, like, that would actually have been like, holy crap! Like that could have been badass. And I like that. Like I said, I like that concept, especially like that. If like, because you gotta think, it does kind of make sense, you know, because Freddy did kill a lot of kids before he was fried, literally, and so I could definitely see that being a thing.
Well, and then it definitely shows why he would go after, you know, why these parents, you know, because it wasn't just, oh, it was the neighborhood's kids, it was their kids.
Like why he's so vengeful.
Why they would be as angry to go and go ahead and take care of them themselves. And, you know, it has that whole revenge aspect of it. So I thought it would be interesting, you know, if they did continue with that storyline, you know, and have like the first Nightmare and do that one where they had siblings and it was a revenge story, and then continue it where, you know, Tina does have that sibling, but Tina is the one that dies, not her sibling, and then she can be like, well, what happened? So it kind of works with the whole, you know, it works with Robert Englund's script, and it works with, you know, the original idea they had that they had decided to cut out.
I agree. Everybody, this is Dobby. He wanted my attention. This is my dog. So I'm going to hold him for a little bit of this video because he's been laying there waiting for me. Hello. I love you too, buddy. But no, I totally think it'd be a good idea. And I see why a lot of, like, there's a lot of people who think that maybe, like, if it was happening in this era, it wouldn't be as good just because in this era, you know, we have Google. So if you want to know anything about anything, all you got to do is Google. You know, and that would kind of suck. Like if this movie was to take place like in the early 90s or late 80s, I could definitely see it working out better because then you don't have things like Google. You literally have to investigate like PI status back in the day, but it's still a cool concept, and the fact that Robert Englund wrote it, you know, I mean, we all love Robert. We all know this. So I don't know. I'm kind of excited for it. Like, maybe they'll take that concept at some point and turn it into something. And
Well,
I think
like I
that'd be pretty
said,
cool.
it would work if they added that one, deleted scene, and they all had siblings, but instead of Tina's sibling that dies,
Go over there.
the sibling lives, and Tina's the one that dies later, and then now she can go do that. So they would have their first two movies right there.
Yeah, and it is definitely possible. Sorry, I got too close right there, guys. I had to grab. I had to grab my Lysol, and then I also had to like readjust because my plug. I'm still doing it right now, so if you guys see me, it's because I'm readjusting a little bit. There we go. I had to plug in. I have a portable charger, and it was slipping out, so I had to plug it in to make sure this shit don't die on us. Yeah, we'll see though. Like, obviously at this rate, we're not getting a Nightmare remake.
No.
Never again.
No, it's not looking. It's not looking too good.
Never again will we get a Nightmare remake. A Nightmare continuance could be a great, great thing if, and only if, properly done right. And Robert, obviously, he does not have any plans of coming back to do Freddy in the live action. But if, like, I know we've talked about this too. We've hit up on the subject. Like, he is completely cool with like Kevin Bacon. He thinks Kevin Bacon should get the glove next. And honestly, I think that's a great idea. W, I just gave you love. I just gave you love. He's licking me. But yeah, if they were to do something like that, bring in Kevin Bacon and just continue Nightmare, you don't gotta. Okay, fine. You don't gotta remake it anymore, but continue it. Just like pretty much what Halloween's doing. Like, just continue it. That's all you need to do.
And I think Kevin Bacon could work well.
I do too. Like, he looks good, and he's done horror movies before. He's done like, obviously, I believe his first movie was Friday the 13th. He was in Friday the 13th, and then he's done like Flatliners. You don't need to bark. It's okay. But he's done Flatliners, and he did. I believe it was the original. I don't want to call it. It wasn't Invisible Man. It was like Hollow Man, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was Hollow Man, something like that. But,
and that was like a horror movie.
Man, he was a perfect madman in that.
He was, like, and that's what I mean. And then he's in Tremors. This guy has a great resume. And then he's in the scariest movie of all time, Footloose. But I love that movie. It's not scary. I just had to say it. I love it. But yeah, like, there's so much shit they could do with it right now, and it's only a matter of time. But now with all this COVID-19 shit going on, we don't know what's going to happen. Like with Halloween, and I wanted to touch up on this real quick. A lot of people are like speculating what's going to happen with Halloween. Is this shit going to be gone by the release date of Halloween Kills? And I mean, guys, we're only in March. Halloween Kills comes out all the way in October. That's a long time away. And I think the majority of this will have passed, or at least be contained the best of its ability. And so I believe Halloween will come out when it's supposed to, but even if it doesn't, like, if it comes video on demand, again, it's one of those movies I'll buy right away. But I hope it comes out in theaters, because I love watching, like, you're watching a Halloween movie in October with like a bunch of fans. I just think that's a great fucking concept. And even Mike and Jay were saying the same thing. It's like, that's how it should be, It should be like a big old fucking thing. So hopefully all this dies down by then, just so we can start enjoying life more.
Everything is pretty much a wait and see. So I would say if people are really stressing about it now, that they should just calm down a little bit, just because it is a while away and everything's a wait and see approach. We don't know what's going to happen within the next few weeks.
Exactly. Like, we don't know what's going to happen within the next few weeks, the next few days, the next few months. Like, we have no idea what's going on, and like, everybody's panicking right now, and it's like, and like, this is another part of what this YouTube's about, is like, don't panic. Don't stop your life just because of the shit that's going on right now. Like, you have family, hang out with them, if you have a dog, do what I'm doing. Look at my little shit right here, man. He's all cuddled up to me. All he wants is pets. Like, he knows that I stress out about crap. Like, you all know I have anxiety and PTSD and all that. And, Beth has the same thing. This is a hard time for a lot of us right now. But overreacting isn't going to do any of us any good. It's just going to make the situation worse.
No, it's not. It's not going to help our anxiety. It's not going to make this go away magically. It's just going to put us in a more weakened state than what we may already be in. I mean, anyone that has anxiety knows it's a constant everyday battle. You're constantly in your head. You're constantly trying to, fight your thoughts and so on. And it's tiring and draining. And now with all these scary realities happening, it's not the time to go above and beyond that.
Exactly.
It's not going to do you any good. It's going to make you get sick, and no, not COVID-19 sick, but it's going to get you sick. You're going to start having so many more physical symptoms, and that's going to continue to cycle and freak you out, and then more symptoms, and then you get more anxiety, and then more symptoms, and so on. So it's best just to try to do the best you can in the moment. Like, there's no reason to be freaking out about Halloween right now because that's a while away. There's no reason to be freaking out on a good majority of things. Just stay home if you can. Wash your hands. Practice good hygiene. I still find it funny that our government has to tell grown adults to do that.
Right.
And social distancing. If you are around people, stay 6 feet away. You just do what is in your control to do.
Exactly. Like that's all you can do, and we keep saying it, guys, and we're gonna keep saying it until people start listening more. You just gotta follow basic instructions. Like every time I go to work, I have to wear gloves and I have to cover my face, and I put this thing on Facebook every other day, pretty much. That's me wearing my gloves and everything, saying only you can prevent coronavirus, and it's the truth. Like, how do you expect to stop something like this by continuing out and going and doing all the shit that you're not supposed to be doing? If it's important, like if you need to go grocery shopping or something, obviously go do that, but if you don't have to be outside, if you don't have to be around people, then just don't, be a decent human being. You guys are freaking out about this. This is how you stop it. This is how everything gets better. Look at China, look at Italy. Like Italy and China are both on lockdown. They're both in quarantine, and China's slowly getting better. Italy has a lot more older people out there, 50 up, and so it's a lot harder for them. Plus, it's Italy. The living conditions out there, you can look it up, are not the greatest. And so that's the big worry. It's just we're number one right now, guys. We're number one. We have the most, and so people just need to kick back, take a chill pill. Gamers like me, we've been waiting for this day because now we get to hang out inside and play video games and watch movies.
And nobody can complain at you for that.
Exactly.
No one can tell you to,
this is being a responsible adult now. Yeah, it's like this is being a responsible adult now. Like being a responsible adult is sitting at home playing video games, listening to music, drink, do your thing, do whatever you want. Like that's what it is now. As long as you're staying inside. People like me, obviously, like I've said, I don't get that option. Like I stay inside until I have to go to work, and then when I'm at work, I have to be around people. I'm around old people and I'm around homeless every day, so I am putting my health on the line. Not only my body like normal, but now my health as well. And it sucks, but you know what? I'm still safe about it. I still practice everything that they say to do. And so far, I haven't gotten sick. I've been pretty okay. And I haven't gone to get tested or anything, but it's because I know all the symptoms. I pay attention to what is going on. I know all the symptoms, and I don't have any of them. The cough that I get every now and then is because I talk too damn much, and I have to take some water in, and then I have phlegm. Like that's literally all it is. So, again, guys, I understand this is scary for a lot of people, and I understand that this is stressful for a lot of people. I know you guys, a lot of your anxiety is spiking right now. There's some people who cannot be indoors a lot because, they start freaking out and they start getting claustrophobic and shit. So, I understand.
Having fever.
Yeah, exactly. So I understand if you need to step outside of your house or your apartment and take a little walk. I do that. I have to take Dobby on walks. That's the name of my dog, by the way. His name's Dobby. I have to take him on walks. I have to take the other dog, Bam Bam. He's our pit bull. I have to take him on walks. And so I get out of the house and I walk around and everything else because I understand it's stressful and I understand it's hard for a lot of you guys, but make the best of it. If you're missing people, There is FaceTime on Facebook, on that messenger. Just FaceTime somebody, you know? Do a video call. At least that's something, you know? You're seeing somebody, and you know that there's still humans out there, and it's not the zombie apocalypse quite yet. Quite yet. And speaking of which,
yeah,
I am wearing...
haven't seen any zombies yet. Been
Right.
keeping an eye out. No zombies just yet.
I know, it's kind of sad. Like, this is what I've been waiting for. And nope. And, like, speaking of which, I just showed it on the camera. You missed it, Beth. I am wearing my Daryl Dixon Zombie Killer Harley Davidson shirt because it just, you know, with the whole COVID-19 thing, it kind of makes sense.
It just fit. Did you lift it up? Did you lift it up?
Yeah, I lifted up, doing it again right there. Boom. It even says Atlanta, Georgia on the bottom of it because, you know, I might not like the newer seasons of Walking Dead so much, but the first few are absolutely amazing. All the way until, like, Negan. And, like, I liked it all the way up until freaking Rick left, pretty much. Like, it doesn't feel the same anymore. Like, everybody's like, oh my god, you gotta watch it.
I think that was around the time that I stopped watching. It was around that same time that you did.
Yeah, and, like, everybody's telling me I really need to get into it now. I guess some huge Carol plan happened on the last episode, so I might just check it out just to do it, but it's hard. But I don't know, man. I worry about all of you guys. I do. And it's not even because a lot of the people that I know that are subscribed to this channel, I know you guys don't act that way. I know you're not the type that's buying baby wipes for your ass and not, you know, babies who actually need them. And so I worry about you guys because I know there's the other people out there who are crazy and get like this all the time. And so I'm legitimately worried. I'm worried about you guys. I'm worried about everybody right now. And it sucks because, you know, this is how the world gets every time. And I said this last week. This is how it gets every time. Y2K, 2012, West Nile, swine, bird, you name it. It's always Ebola. Yeah, Ebola. It always happens. And is this bad? Of course it is. Of course it is. AIDS was bad. AIDS still bad. But if there's if you need a glance of hope, this is the hope right here, okay? When AIDS first hit, it was hard and nobody knew what to do. Now there are cures. That should say enough. Like, this was a disease that was incurable, but now you can actually hit the HIV virus and pretty much kill it off. It's okay, Dobby. He barked. But yeah, just think of stuff like that, man. Try to keep positive. Don't let this break you. And I'm talking to all of you, every one of you.
Let us know how you're doing. You know, that email is set up and ready to go here within the next few days. Our Facebook will be up and running. Let us know how you're feeling. You know, put it in the comments. Let us know if you're doing all right.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
Yeah, man. Comment if you want, and if you email us, like you guys already know, like, we want you to reach out. If you just need somebody to vent to, that's not your family, because, like, I'm one of those types that's like, I have to make myself out to be like the strong one of the family, you know, the leading the leading male role model, because, you know, I am pretty much in my family, and so it's hard sometimes. It really is, but, like, I understand sometimes it's hard to show that emotion. You don't want to show that you're scared or anything else like that, you know. And that's what the email's for. The email is completely anonymous. Nobody's going to know anything about it. It's just going to be me and her. So if you guys do need to talk about anybody or anything, or just get shit off your chest, or even if it's just to say, stop talking so fucking much, or talk about more subjects, or like whatever the fuck you guys want to say, like, that's what it is for. Just don't ask me to stop cussing, because it's not gonna fucking happen. You could go straight to hell. Okay.
I don't even think you could if you really, really tried.
It's hard. Like, it really is hard. It's in my DNA. It really is. But it's just who I am. You know, I try not to do it as much, but, you know, because I know there might be kids who stumble upon this and watch and say, "Hey, welcome to adulthood." Like, I've been saying things like this since I was, like 5 or 6. I grew up in a very unfiltered family. Like, my family was just like, you know, do your stuff. Like my mom told me at one point when I was in high school, if I was to ever smoke weed, her only request is that I did it like around her or with her, you know, or told her about it. And I was like, you know, that's pretty cool. My parents raised me pretty cool, and I'm very thankful for that. Getting to watch horror movies at a young age, and you know, getting to experience all the crazy shit in life at a young age, which prepared me for this.
Prepared you for the right second.
Right. But with all that said, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Any final thoughts on your end, Beth?
Oh, I think I said everything that needed to be said.
Okay. With me, guys, it's just the same thing. Just be cool to each other, you know. Try not to stress out so much. I would normally say go help your neighbor, but with all the shit going on right now, probably not the best idea. So don't do that for now. But you know, still be a decent human being. Don't every time you see an old person, don't be all like, "Oh my God, coronavirus!" You know, don't be that person. You know, just understand the situation. They're stressing out just as much as you are, if not more. So just try to be decent, and as always, be good to each other. On behalf of Bethany, I am Jeff. This is the Horror Fiend. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.